right, everybody, episode 33. And Al doesn't like when I acknowledge our hiccups, but we're struggling a bit today. And I would just like to acknowledge it because I feel like it's relatable, you know? Like
we started twice.
Yeah, this is like, we have a lot going on. Like, I'll put it this way. I finished my whiskey. Al is frustrated. He's having an existential crisis about his role as the producer and my Robin quivers. You know, we're just having a hard time today. But we're
And then
here.
on top of that, I have my chihuahua yapping.
Yeah, we have Flash barking in the background. Like, there's chaos going on behind me. Like, it's a lot. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna get through it one way or another.
Yep.
So, a few things going on in my life as of late. So the other day, I was telling you that I was trying to take like a nude in the tub. And
I remember that.
I was like terrified the whole time. Well, one, I was terrified I was going to kill myself, you know, and it would be like death by nude. Imagine like just
why?
But just, like,
did you have your lights out? Why would you die?
Well, I wasn't sure. Like, if you drop the phone in the tub, would it electrocute you? Like, I don't.
I'd say no, unless it was plugged in. Was it plugged in?
No, but I just was like, I was imagining the scene where like my family came in and it was like me face down in the tub, butt naked, and then my phone at the. It's like, can you imagine? Like, I would just be like, even in death, I'd be disgracing the family. So.
And the phone has a nude on it.
Right, and then the phone has that's like the last. They're like, oh, the police come, and they're like, what was the last photo she took? And then it's like me, like naked. It's like, oh, right, you know. I mean, good for the police, but bad for everybody else. So, you know, what can you do? But yeah, I was like that, or I'd be like Butterfingers, and I would like the phone would drop into the tub, and then I would be like out of a, you know, because now they charge like $4,000 for an iPhone, so I'd be out of like a mortgage payment due to, you know, me trying to take a nude.
Well,
that's
they say that these phones are waterproof. I don't believe it. I've never tried it myself, but they say these new iPhones are waterproof.
No, that's like not a theory that I want to test, given the amount of money it took to buy one. Yeah. So I just like, but also, this is like, we're taking a hard left turn again. So I got like an unsolicited dick pic the other day, which is like,
whoa.
Well, it's like that happens, but like it was an interesting one. I like sent it to my guy friend and he was like, why is he holding it like a prized fish?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you send your nudes to your friends? Because that's what I do, you know, or guys do. You know, you get a nude, you share it.
Like you, in other words, you send out nudes that you receive.
Yeah, if it's not from a significant other, guys, if they receive a nude, they're going to share it. Girls, hear me there. That's going to happen.
Oh my God, Al is like, ladies, heed this warning.
Yeah.
Your nudes are not safe. No, I would never, I've shared unsolicited dick pics because I feel like that's the punishment. If you're sending me a dick pic that I didn't ask for, then like expect that I'm going to be sharing it with people. If you're somebody that I'm talking to, I would never betray your trust like that. Just out of principle. That's just me. I'm sure, obviously men don't have the same, you know, same standards, but that's not news to anybody. But yeah, so this one, the best though was like I warned my friends, like, so we're in a group chat and I said, hey, I have to send through something that's like NSFW, not safe for work. And my friend was like one of them was like, okay, go ahead and send it. So I send it and our other friend is silent. And then all of a sudden she chimes in and she's like, guys, like my phone died and I didn't see this. And then I turned it on. This was the first thing I saw. And I'm like, Grace, you're almost 28 years old. Like, why is your phone dying? I feel like after 25, your phone should never die on you. Like, once it hits 20%, plug it in. You know, once you're past 25, you can't be taking risks like that. Plug your phone in. So I can't be held personally responsible. I'm not thinking your phone's going to die. Then the minute you open up, you're going to see like a large hairy dick in your face. That's not how I prepare my life.
Well, was it a pretty dick?
No, it was big.
No.
But it was like, it was big and it was girthy, but it was like hairy. Like it looked like a dick from the mountains.
So is hair a no-no for guys' genitals?
No, it's just was like, it wasn't like hair is not a problem, but this guy looked like Azamat from Borat. Like it was a lot of hair. Like body hair is normal, like especially on a dude, but like this was like it was like a forest of hair. It was too much. And
What
he
about
looked like he
completely
was.
bald? Because I've heard completely bald is too much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. It's funny, like when it comes to stuff like that, like it's like you have to be an extreme to bother me. Like if you're like ridiculously hairy, or if you're like like a newborn baby, like then I'm gonna be a little bit weirded. But anything in the middle, I could really care less.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like my standards are getting lower by the day at this point. So, like I'm the wrong person to ask when it comes to stuff like this. Like I don't know, like I'm on these dating apps and I just like the new thing that's happening to me is I have all of these like 19, 20-year-old girls liking me on Tinder.
Really?
And yeah, it's very weird. And all of my bros are like, "Oh, like that's awesome." And I'm like, "Really?" Because I just feel like a pedophile. Like I don't feel good about this at all. It's very weird. And I'm like, do they view me as a MILF? Like, am I at MILF age yet? I hope to God not, but I don't know. Maybe I am. It's just like these are the questions you ask yourself as you're like, as you get into your late 20s. You're like when do I hit that mark? You know?
Maybe they just see you as an attractive woman, and they're on the dating field. They see a beautiful young bachelor or bachelorette, and they want to, they want to Tinder with you.
They want to I don't know what they want. Like are they looking for life advice? Are they looking for sex? Like I don't know. How do you
They
know?
want to fuck. That's what you do on Tinder, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I hope they're not looking for a sugar mama because let me tell you, young ladies, right now, I have no money. I have no money, so there's no sugar mama here. Yeah, if you're looking for that, you better go elsewhere because that's not what you're going to get. Um, yeah, it's just, but I also just feel like in 2020, like nobody cares about anything anymore. Or, well, actually, no, I'm sorry, 2021, which is basically just 2020 2.0. I think was
Yeah.
what we're learning. We're like, what are we in? Like, we're like a week and a half in, and we're learning it's pretty much the exact same year as the last year. So I was saying to you before that, like, as of right now, nothing is hotter to me than a common sense Republican. Like,
Nothing.
no. Like, right now, like, the man I am most attracted to is Mitt Romney. Like, Mitt Romney is the subject of my masturbation fantasies. Sorry, mom and dad, but he really is. And, it's because we're really setting the bar low these days. And
I was gonna say because he doesn't believe in your right to choose. That
right. And
doesn't worry you.
that's what I'm saying. You're totally right, Al. He doesn't believe in my right to choose, but he's also not storming the Capitol in animal pelts. And so I'm like, all right, if I got to throw it out to anybody, I'm going to throw it out to him. That's
Now you were very upset about that whole storming of the Capitol a couple days ago. You called me very early, very riled up about it. So how are you feeling now?
well, I'm still riled up about it because it's just crazy. I mean, all of the people from the riot, they all looked like they were fathered by Sloth from the Goonies. I mean,
There's some ugly people.
it's like, well, it's more than ugly. Like, was there a full set of teeth in the entire crowd? I don't think so. Did anybody anywhere see a dentist at any point in their life? I don't think they did. It was very strange. Like, you can't tell me the people that stormed the Capitol are not related to the people from The Hills Have Eyes. You can't tell me that they're not because it looks like they are. It's like I was like, are we trying to overthrow the government or are we remaking Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Because I can't tell right now. It's just like, and I look at my Trump friends and I'm like, really? Like this is what you want to align yourself with? I mean, for God's sakes, these people are like, they're inbred. And I feel like I can say that because I'm 25% hillbilly. And I know people who have slept with their first cousins. Okay? I know them when I see them. And there's definitely some, first cousin diddlers in that crowd. No two ways about it.
Absolutely.
So be like a civilized human and sleep with your third cousins, for God's sakes. This is like too much. And this is also why I want to buy a gun. Like my liberal friends are like, "Oh my God, you're gonna buy a gun?" And I'm like, "Yes, because look at all the people that own them. Like you think they should be in charge of the firepower in this country? No, 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 no. I'm gonna get as many weapons as I can get my hands on. And other people should be worried about that because I'm a little erratic. But that's what's happening. That's where we are as a country, where it's like, all of a sudden, like Mike Pence is my ally. What's happening? I mean, the man who, like, 20 minutes ago I didn't think have any feelings is now my ally. And even Mike Pence I'm turned on by. Why? Why is this happening? All of a sudden I'm like horny for Mike Pence, like just because he stood up to the bullshit. Like that's how low we've set the bar. I mean, yeah, Mitt Romney, Mike Pence. By the way, is Paul Ryan still alive? What the hell happened to him? Is that his name? Paul Ryan? Ryan Paul? One of them?
I believe so. Yeah, Rand Paul. Right?
No, that's not the one. Who was the one that ran with? No, we're mixing up our Republicans. Who was the one? Christ. Who was the one that ran with? Didn't he run with Mitt Romney?
Why are you asking me? Stop asking me.
I know, I'm asking like the worst person. That's like,
yeah.
But then like, I don't know. It's just like, I'd like to throw them a bone when I can. And, well, I think, listen, Mitt Romney's a good looking guy, regardless of party. He's a good looking dude.
Yeah, but he also doesn't believe in your right to choose.
No, I know, and you keep throwing
no,
that
but
in my face.
I get what you're saying. I am slightly more attractive to Melania ever since she, she left her position.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not even about them. It's like what they're willing to stand for. So yeah. It's like, what, like now they're like standing up, to Trump. And now all of a sudden, like they're all like, I'm sexually aroused by all of them. So yeah, if there's any Republican guys listening to this and you want a chance, like just know that's what's doing it for me these days. Stand up to Trump and I'm going to be wet. Sorry, mom and dad. But that's where we're at right now. Because yeah, there's just something about it that's hot to me. So it's just, it's craziness. Apparently Trump called Mike Pence a pussy, which is...
Wow.
I know. Which, by the way, like any other person, I'd be like, oh, there's no way. But like, given, like, I'm like, oh, I could totally see that happening.
Well, he is kind of a pussy.
I
don't disagree with Trump.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely is kind of a pussy, but like in this circumstance, like I hate to say this, here we go, but I stand with Mike Pence.
If we were to choose sides, I'd choose Mike Pence too.
Yeah. It's like you have to choose like the lesser of the two evils. And I still want to know what kind of porn Mike Pence is into. Just
I don't.
You don't? Really? You're not curious?
No interest. Keep that secret. I don't care.
I feel like 9 times out of 10, the people who are like quote unquote the most conservative are the biggest freaks behind closed doors.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I'm seeing a lot of missionary.
No. I think it's the opposite. I feel like people like Sean Hannity and, Mitch McConnell are they probably have sex dungeons in their home. That's what happens.
I don't think Mitch McConnell's doing any work. I think he's coming home to his slave/wife, and he's just saying, have at it, and he doesn't do anything.
I think the opposite. I think that's why his hand is blue, because he's been beating off so much. I feel like I don't even think his wife touches him. I think she just sits in front of him and says, "Don't give the poor people money," and he's like, "Yeah," like, and then he's just. That's what I think is going on there.
I think we figured it out. I don't even think we have to wonder anymore. I think that's it.
You think that's it? Yeah, I feel like that's it too. I feel like that should be like my specialty. It's like I'm like a psychic, but specifically in terms of what people's sex lives are like. Like my third eye is peering into your bedroom is what's going on right now. So I don't know. It's just, yeah, things are getting crazier by the minute. And I want to take a breath. Like it's too much for me. You're unbothered by it, which is like fascinating to me, but I just can't.
I'm not surprised. I saw something like this happening. And in my opinion, it could have been much worse. Of course, this is bad. But in my mindset, I think we're at the end of this. I think, with Trump leaving office, we should be, quieting down a little bit. I think maybe the news would be a little less chaotic these days. Yeah,
I mean, I hope so. Also because it's affecting the dating pool for me. Because I've said it once, I've said it 100 times, that I have this uncanny ability to be attracted to people who are nothing like me. And I would just like it if I could pursue somebody and not have like a moral dilemma every time I liked someone, you know? Like,
I think you gotta be, because you are the opposite of a hipster. I think you know that, and that's why I'm very much friends with you. But I think maybe you gotta tap into your hipster a little bit, because hipsters are liberal. You know that.
yeah, but like that's just it. Like for me, like a hipster guy is like a beta, and I don't do
Yeah.
betas. I
Well,
mean, like
that's
I
the thing.
like
You are very much an alpha.
yeah. But see, that's the thing is like I think people think that alpha women go with beta males, and I don't think that's true. And not at least not in
Wow.
my case. Like I'm an alpha female, and I need like an alpha male to be with me. I can't, I can't have some like mamby pamby
Bree, that's
nonsense.
the way you've been doing things, and it hasn't been working out for you.
Okay, way to hit me where it hurts, Al.
Maybe, dip your toes into the beta pool.
I
Maybe,
don't. I just.
look for those guys with the curly mustaches and the unicycles.
Oh my god. No, that's too much. That's too much. I don't want to date somebody that looks like they're like trying out for the Ringling Brothers. Like that's not what I want.
You're in Jersey right now. You're only a hop away from Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's like there has to be like a happy medium though, right? Like there has to be like a happy medium between like Proud Boy and Antifa in terms of the dating pool. Right? There's got to be some dude in the middle. Like I don't know. I don't know who he is, but I'm sure he's out there somewhere.
Well, I think
But
that's a wonderful way to end the show. You usually ask me what my message to the audience is. Hey, out there, if you're in between Proud Boys and Antifa, leave a message.
yeah, whoever you are, that works
Yeah.
for
Do you
me.
want to date Bree? Are you right in between hipster and and a NRA member? Then drop a dime.
I know. If there's any of you out there, all four of you, please let us know where, your location, because I don't think there's many out there.
No.
But yeah, until next time, guys, Al and I and the twins send you our love. Please don't burn down the Capitol. And hopefully, if the country doesn't burn down, we'll see you here next week. But until next time, guys.
Whoa!